Oh, all right, Bryson.
What's
What's
going on?
happening, man?
Not much.
Man. We had quite a race today, buddy.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It was better than a good one.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah.
I thought it
Uh,
was. I thought it was a good race.
yeah. Very
What do you
competitive.
think? What do you think about Christopher Bell? He had a car he could win with. Let's
Yeah,
just be honest. Christopher Bell, he already won a road course race. We already know this
yeah,
about this guy. So he goes in that corner and pinches Kyle Larson. I'm talking about pinches him. Now, Kyle
yeah,
Larson is this far from the grass.
yep.
And he goes down there and just pinches. What did he think was going to happen?
I don't know. He thought he was clear, or he had more room than he thought. But Kyle's like, I can't go down anymore. You keep coming down, you're going around. And unfortunately, that's what happened.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, I thought that was really bizarre
Yeah,
because he had a car. He don't have a car to win with every week, okay? Or I haven't seen anything from Christopher Bell that indicates to me that he's gonna go out there and win week in and week out yet.
not no.
But that did not make any sense, man, to go down there and pinch Kyle Larson like that.
Yeah,
And then what you think about Keselowski locking it up, spinning out, and taking out Logano with him, baby?
wow. I mean, I was shocked, and it didn't show the wreck right away. It showed them spinning, and right there, I said, "Oh Lord, the two must have took his teammate out," because earlier in the race, um, two he went in the corner, and he just lost it, and he thought Logano wrecked him. Well, when I seen this crash happen, I said, "This must have been a payback," but it really weren't Logano's fault. He didn't turn two, but Brad must have thought it was his fault. So I said, "Well, that's probably a payback." And then they said he had brake issues, Brad, for the whole race, for a good bit of the race,
Yeah.
and that's what led up to that.
Well, Zachary Cook's asking to join the Zoom meeting. I'm trying to find out what his email is, but I'm gonna tell you, man, to take out your own teammate, man, that's some rough stuff right there.
Yeah, they were getting down to business.
Dude, they was all serious today. I guess that 3 weeks off, because it
Yeah,
was 3 weeks in between races. I guess that, man, they were just all fired up because
yeah, they were
Rex
ready to
Jr. was
go.
up there head hunting. Bell was head hunting. Larson was the head hunter.
Yeah,
And Elliott was about to chase him down, man. I mean,
yeah.
it was just getting
He
wild.
had it cut down. Yeah, Larson got hung up really bad in traffic. Him and um, Anthony Alfredo made contact right there, and that slowed Larson up a little bit. And that actually let Chase gain some, but Chase got in the lap traffic. There weren't really nothing he could do by then.
Yeah. Well, man, that was that's just crazy. But look, I'm gonna tell you something. If there had been a caution right there with like 3 to go, 2 to
Yep.
go, Larson would have been in trouble.
If
Because
there
Elliott
was
had
motion,
been faster than him for the last, I don't know, 14, 15, 16 laps. He was catching him, and Larson had 1 or 2 laps in there where he wasn't actually catching him, but
if there was a caution with 2 laps to go, I'd be $100 richer right now.
really
Yep,
$100.
$100. I have my bet on Chase Elliott.
Man, boy, you something else, ain't you?
I said, "Come on, caution. Come on, Alfredo. Hold him up. Hold him up."
Well, it was a good race. It was good,
Yeah.
but look, tell me. I know you went to some go-kart racing. We talked about that the other night. You went to some go-kart racing this weekend. Tell me about how that was.
That was fantastic. Best racing I've ever watched. Definitely going back next year. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, this is the Big O, the biggest go-kart race they have in the whole United States. It's once a year. It's every August. It was hot, humid. They picked a bad time to have it. They should have had it in later in September like they normally do, but they did August. So we got there. We left about Friday morning. We got there. I say Friday morning, probably about Friday at noon, about 12:30. So we left about that time. We got there about 4, 5. They were still practicing. They got done practicing. They qualified and whatnot.
Yeah.
A few guys kept spinning here and there. One guy got hurt a little bit. He ran through the fence, injured a spectator. And then everything got situated. And then they got the race. There was about 10 classes, but they were long races. A lot of wrecks, a lot of battling. I mean, those big races, they had one big race on Friday night, and they start them 2 wide. Normally you start them single file. Start them 2, they just wreck right off the bat. And then once they wreck in the turn, it's guaranteed wreck. There ain't if it's going to wreck or when it's going to wreck. It's guaranteed when you go into turn 1, if you're on the outside, you're going to wreck. Well,
wow.
A few of them wreck.
Well, that's not good.
A few of the best ones that come here that go all over the country. One of them is Jamie Knopf. I'm wearing his shirt right now. I'm not sure what happened, but he got caught up in the mess on the first lap. That ended his hopes.
Yeah.
So here we go. We got a hotel room. So we spend the night Friday night. Saturday morning we get up there. We watched all the practice and qualifying. Got the racing about 7 o'clock, and it was pretty smooth. Then the Big O, the biggest race, was at 8. There was 30 carts, and altogether in both days there was 800 and something. I forgot. I read it earlier, but there was 800 and something registered. There was about 6,000 people there altogether.
And that's crazy.
Yep, they got the Big O going. For you probably don't know him, but Cameron Carter, he won the Big O. I did not know him. He was not from around here. We had guys from Alabama, Florida.
How serious did these guys get on the track? That's what I want to know. I mean, was they out there really beating and banging?
Yeah, they it's the most serious as it gets. Yeah.
How fast these go-karts going?
Around the track, probably about 100. But if you let them go wide open in a bigger track, they could probably run about 130, 140.
Anybody get upside down or anything like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The trouble
really in a go-kart, man?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. That had to be bad.
It was bad because you don't have a roof. You flip, you're landing on your head.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
They would come off a turn 4. You never let off at this track. It's wide open all the way around. You do slow down a little bit in the corners because you hold a little bit of brake, but you don't let off. And so they kept coming off at 3 and 4. I mean 1 and 2, and it was smooth. And then they kept having a few of them spin, but one guy spun, and he hit that fence. And when he did, he went from about 90, 100 to a dead stop, and it threw him out.
No kidding.
Yep. And then we had the Predator race. They're a little bit slower. They're not that fast, but there was 30 of them. And that's how many they'll do. They got going, got a few laps in. I said, it's about to happen. The big one's about to happen. And it did. And the boy got turned, and he was just a sitting duck right in the middle of the racetrack. About 20 carts coming at him, about 70, 80 miles an hour, and probably about 50 miles an hour. But they were coming at him, and they could not avoid him. And he got T-boned, and the car tore to pieces. They ended up, a piece of the go-kart went all the way through his leg, went through his main artery, and they had to airlift him away.
Oh, my gosh.
I got an update on him. Another bad wreck happened. My buddy, he got in a wreck in the back stretch, just about the same thing. But instead of him getting T-boned, he T-boned somebody else. And that threw him out the cart. And after he got hit twice by another car, he got threw out. Then he got ran over.
Yeah.
He had to go to the hospital. He's home now. He's doing okay. So
Yeah.
not a good night for some.
Man.
Yeah.
Dude, that does not sound good, man. That sounds like we got some people hurting really bad.
It's dangerous. Even the NASCAR driver, Brian Vickers, he said that go-karting is the most dangerous sport he's ever raced in his life.
Yeah, I can see where it's really dangerous, man. There's not much protection there.
Mm-mm. And you can barely get clipped. And when you get clipped, there's nowhere for anybody else to go. They're just right there, and it's just 50-50 chance you're going to get hit. You might not get hit. It's just, if you get hit, you're in bad shape.
Well, I'm gonna ask you this: Did you watch the Indy race today?
The Indy race, I watched a few laps of it, and I really didn't care. I don't care too much for the Indy. I just wanted to see them go over the bridge a few times. That was.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I hadn't watched an Indy race.
Yeah.
In probably, I'm talking about now. I watched the Indy 500 like it's a religion. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I watched that.
I mean, it's like a religion to me. But I love that race. But I hadn't watched IndyCar race in probably 30 years, other than the Indy 500. And I watched that race at Nashville today, dude. I'm telling you, man, they won me over today.
Did they?
This Herta kid. Oh my gosh.
They said he was good at that track.
He laid everything on that track. He told him he was in a league of his own.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's almost like smart aleck type stuff. But to me, it's a driver showing he's got some attitude.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see some more of that in NASCAR. Mm-hmm. That kid impressed me, man. He is like, yeah, y'all watch it. Hold my beer and watch this.
Yep.
This kid is good. Yeah. I'm talking about. Now, his daddy was good too, but he's good. I'm interested to see how this is fixing to play out over the next 15, 20 years, man, because
I'll tell you one thing. The commercials are nothing but Jimmy Johnson and Carvana. I've seen more Jimmy Johnson commercials than I've seen him run around that track.
Yeah, you're right about that now.
I mean, they show him more on the commercials than you'll ever see them show him on the racetrack.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. So let me ask you this, man. What is the first, let's go back to the years now, go back to the furthest year. What's the furthest year back you have watched a NASCAR race?
I'm gonna tell you what I can remember. I'm gonna remember here. About 3 years old. As far as my memory goes back. Probably,
you went back and watched some before that, hadn't you?
Oh, from
go back.
Old race.
Tell me the race you can remember watching that's the oldest.
Like live on TV or just clips?
No. What you went back and watched, not live on TV. You know, we got YouTube. We can watch anything we want to watch now. We can watch the 1959 Daytona 500 if we want to.
The 1981 Daytona 500. That's the one I went furthest back on. Now, I watched some of the 1970.
Pretty good ways, buddy.
Yeah, the 1979 with
I was 7 years old when the 1979 Daytona 500 was run.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, you going way back. For a 12-year-old super fan to know back to the late 70s, that's pretty. Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
That's
pretty crazy.
I don't really watch many of the old races, like full races. I watch the clips. I just don't watch it much because it's just hard to tell who's who, what numbers who, because of how the team was back then.
I agree.
Like they all start about 2000, 1999, somewhere in there. And I watch a lot of those races on up, but I really don't watch many old ones because of that.
Let me test your history.
All right.
Okay. The first one's going to be an easy one. It's true or false.
Mm-hmm.
Darrell Waltrip won the Daytona 500 and did the most ridiculous, dumbest dance anybody's ever seen on live television. True or false? Did he do a ridiculous, crazy dance or not?
I can't really remember, but
You don't
I'm gonna
remember him
say-
doing that crazy shuffle?
no, I don't
You
I
need
don't
to go
remember.
watch that one. You need to go
Yeah.
watch that one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, man, he was so happy that the happiness just took complete control of his body, and I don't even think he knew what he was doing. He was so happy.
Did he look like Ricky Bobby?
No. He did like Darrell Waltrip, because the only person I ever seen do anything this ridiculous is Darrell Waltrip.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
And I'm going to reach out to Michael Waltrip's old crew chief, Bobby Kennedy, and see if we can't get him to come on the show with us.
All right.
He's one of my favorite crew chiefs from back in the day.
Yeah.
He's also crew chief for some other people, Kyle Petty.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Bobby's a cool dude. I'm gonna see if I can't get him on.
Yeah.
So I got to think up something. To really, really pick your brain here. Okay, here we go. This happened at Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you tell me the two people that were involved. I am fixing to try your brain. This happened at Bristol. I ain't gonna tell you the year. Two cars, first and second. Second place car turns the first place car. He goes across the finish line. You didn't even let me get finished.
I knew it before you even said the details.
You should not know that, though.
He said, I just tried to rattle his cage a little bit.
That happened before you were born.
Yep. He said, I ain't mean to wreck him. I just wanted to rattle his cage.
That's what he told him. That's what he told him. And that's Dale Earnhardt right there. That
Yep.
is Dale Earnhardt. I didn't mean to wreck him. I just wanted to rattle his cage. And I really believe that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that Dale Earnhardt ever said, I've got to wreck this guy to win this race. I don't think he ever said that. I think he unintentionally wrecked a few people. But
it's just good old fashioned short track racing. You just meant to move him a little bit. But
I can't believe you knew that.
yeah.
I cannot believe you knew that.
Yeah.
That blows my mind. Wow. Wow. So a driver comes out, takes over Dale Earnhardt's team. You shouldn't know the answer to this either. Takes over Dale Earnhardt's team, right? Young kid, young guy. Didn't even know who he was. Honestly, did not know who he was.
Kevin Harvick.
See, how do you know this stuff, man? How do you know this stuff? And he won in his what start in that car, the 29 car?
His third, I think. Yep.
His third start in the old 3 team.
Atlanta? Was it Atlanta?
Atlanta. And
Yep.
you should not know this stuff, man. I am totally impressed with your NASCAR knowledge. That's why I call you a NASCAR super fan.
Yeah.
You know, people don't understand us NASCAR super fans, and NASCAR fans and NASCAR super fans are two different things, bud. They're two different things. NASCAR fans sit at home and watch NASCAR on TV.
They're average.
They might order a shirt or a hat. They might or they might not, and they might collect a few die cast.
Yeah.
But NASCAR super fans, we the people that go to the races. We the people that goes camping at the racetrack. We the people that's there 3 to 4 days before the race even happens. We are the NASCAR super fan.
Yeah.
And if people got to understand that. You got 2 classifications of NASCAR fans.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people was bent up and didn't understand why the NASCAR super fans was ticked off about the cooler ban.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we already spend $1,500. We spend between $2,000 and $5,000 to go to a race.
Mm-hmm.
We camp out for days. we spend between $2,000 and $5,000, and people are like, well, you can't carry a cooler to an NFL game. Well, I ain't never seen nobody spend $2,000 to $5,000 to go to an NFL game and camp out next to the stadium for 3 or 4 days. Okay, I've been to plenty of NFL games. I've been to tons of them, and I'm gonna tell you, I ain't never went to an NFL game where it cost me even $500 for the whole thing. Ain't never happened. I've been to Major League Baseball games.
Yeah.
I've been to a lot of Atlanta Braves games and never spent $500 to go to Atlanta Braves game.
Yeah.
I've been to NBA games, and I've been to a bunch of them. Okay, I ain't gonna just sit here and say I've been to a few. I've been to over 100 NBA games. Okay, and I ain't never spent even $300, not even $200, not even $100 probably to go for the whole thing. But I shell out $2,000 to $5,000 to go to a NASCAR race. I be darned if I want to spend any time in a concession line and miss when my driver takes the lead after I done spent all this dadgum money, and I done spent 3 to 4 days, maybe 5 days getting ready for this, and I'm over there trying to get a cold drink, and my driver takes the lead. Oh, no. NASCAR superfans, that don't fly with us. And that's what I can't understand, why people don't understand that. They keep trying to make all these excuses for all these other sports that you don't even spend nowhere near the coin, not even remotely close to get to. And they're going to offend us by saying we can't have our coolers, that we're going to have to come miss half the daggum race just to get something to drink. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, you spend all this money and you're going in this race and it's 100 and some degrees. You're right in the middle of this heat. It's middle of the summer. You got to have a cooler. That's how I am. I mean, if I got to use the bathroom or something and they're green flag, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving until the caution comes out. And I'm going to be back before they get to 1 degree.
Yeah, we gotta go run to the restroom, okay? We don't have a choice. But we don't mess around. When that caution flag flies, we may miss the pit stops to go run to the restroom, but that's it. We're not missing none of the action on the track. And that's what people got to understand. I don't understand how they can't understand it, first of all, because the only way they don't understand it is if they're not a NASCAR super fan. They're a NASCAR fan, which sits at home in their living room or out on their back patio or goes over and watches it with some friends. They don't go shell out $2,000 to $5,000 to get to a track to watch a race and then have to go stand in a concession line because not one person is going to think that's cool. Not one person.
Well, the thing is, if you're watching on TV, they won't show the concession stand line. I mean, you have all the people in the concession and they're hundreds of people standing in a line. They don't show them on TV. No. Nope. Why would you want to show that? Because people be like, you want me to pay how much to come do what? And then you want me to go stand in a concession line? Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. That's why I never get nothing to eat at a racetrack. I'll eat before I get to the race, and then I'll go in and I'll watch the race. And when we get over, we'll go find something to eat and we'll go to the hotel and whatnot.
I'm gonna tell you something else too. I've been to over 100 NBA games. I've been to about 50 Major League Baseball games, Atlanta Braves. I go all the way back to the old Fulton County Stadium. Yeah. And then right through, now we're on our third stadium of my time with the Braves. Right? And I've been to NFL games. I was a Saints season ticket holder for a long time, bro. I've been to tons of them. I've been to at least 250 Saints games. Okay? At least in my lifetime. And every time I go to one of them, somebody is running up and down the bleachers selling beer and water and Cokes. And you ain't got to get up, and they selling peanuts and hot dogs. You ain't got to get up out of your seat. They don't do that at NASCAR races, buddy. They would fall out. They would fall completely out. Football's played during the wintertime and inside. It ain't played in 102 degree heat. Baseball is played in the heat, but you got somebody going up and down through there selling beverages nonstop. NBA's played inside, about 72 degrees, and they got somebody running up and down the bleachers. But you can't have that at Texas at a NASCAR race in the middle of the summer because that person would have done fell out dead.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do that.
And that was the whole problem. And I don't understand how people couldn't understand it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
it's
know?
for me. You're out there and you might have a drink or something, but it's hot. I mean, who wants to
Very
drink?
hot.
Yeah,
Very hot. Extremely hot.
they'll probably give you plastic coolers or whatnot, and but those last. I mean, they might last 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but once everything melts, you ain't got nothing but a plastic cooler full of water. And
that's right. That's right. So look at here. Look at here. 3-week break. Did you think we got our money's worth today?
yeah, oh yeah.
I do too. I do too. And I think we got our money's worth at Nashville in that IndyCar race. I wish you to watch some more of it.
Yeah.
That Herta kid, man, that Herta kid put it all on the track, baby.
Yeah, I didn't really watch none of it.
He was going to win or destroy the car.
Yeah.
That was the mode he was in. I like that attitude. I love that attitude, man. I want to see some more of that. I want to see somebody in NASCAR start talking like that. We in a league of our own.
Yeah. Who ended up winning? I didn't really watch the end of it.
Ericsson won it.
Ericsson?
Yeah, Ericsson won it.
Yeah.
They had a late caution, but they had a late red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Right when Herta tore his car up.
Yeah.
They red flagged it. And then I guess that gave everybody a chance to rest because they come out there. Whew, they was ready.
Yeah.
Was ready. So I'm fixing to start watching IndyCar again.
Yeah.
There ain't no doubt because I want to see what happens throughout this boy's career.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at their schedule and I'll probably watch a few of them.
He's gonna bring it like that.
Yeah.
I am going to watch it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because what he brought today was insane. He was on the edge of the edge of the edge of the edge, and the wall bit him.
Mm-hmm.
If he wouldn't have been doing what he was doing, he would have never wrecked that car. But he had it hung out on the edge.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about. He was wanting to know how much pass boost seconds that Ericsson had. He was radioing in because they told him he had like 56 seconds. You know they have what's called pass booster in the car.
Yeah.
You can push it and it gives them a little boost to pass, but they only get a certain amount of time. He was calling in asking them how much time he had, how much time Ericsson had left. He was, man, those cars are so high tech.
Yeah.
High tech. Jimmy Johnson is in such a learning curve that it is insane. Now I know that's crazy to say 7 time is having a learning curve driving a race car. That's how advanced these Indy cars are.
Yeah, one thing you got to realize, these Indy cars are completely different from the stock cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. It don't matter how many championships or how many wins you got in NASCAR. Same way with IndyCar. I mean, you have all these. You can run good in IndyCar and not run good in NASCAR.
Tony Stewart's really the only one of late with any success.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really saying that Juan Pablo Montoya had a lot of success. He had a lot of success because he was open wheel. He's Formula One. He had a lot of success in tearing up jet dryers.
Yeah.
Now, he's the only driver in history that I know of to blow up a jet dryer. So he does go down in the history books right there, but Tony Stewart is really the only one. Tony Stewart didn't have that much success in IndyCar like he did in NASCAR.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy is Tony Stewart landed where he was supposed to be. Now he's out there driving top fuel dragsters around.
Yeah.
I've been loving watching that. Have you been watching that show?
No, I really don't watch many other things. I watch football and NASCAR. That's pretty much.
Check this out. You want a whole new perspective on Tony Stewart?
Yeah.
On YouTube, on his Smoke YouTube channel, SMOK Smoke. There is a film on there that they made. It's like 3 parts or 4 parts. I don't know. It's several parts. I've watched them all. And there's a film on there about him learning how to drive Leah Pruitt's top fuel dragster. Yeah. And this joker went out there in his first run ever behind the seat of a top fuel dragster and laid down a heck of a lap in his first run. It was way over 300 miles per hour. In the first run he ever took.
I'll tell you what.
You need to go watch it. I'm telling you, it's short. It's like 12 minutes each episode.
With all the success Kyle Larson is having, it like he can win anytime he's out there on the track. He can win. I'd like to see him run IndyCar one time.
Well, yeah, I would too. But now let's don't take away from the fact that every time Kevin Harvick gets on the track, he can win. And Martin Truex Jr. and Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski.
Oh, yeah, all those guys.
William Byron and Alex Bowman and
reason
Michael McDowell. We got to put Michael McDowell in the talk. He won a race this year, so we can't say nothing.
Yeah.
We got to give him all due respect for the entire year because he won the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
And I mean, the list goes on.
Because of all the he's proved he can win. I mean, like he can run dirt late model one night. He can win NASCAR the next night. He can do sprints. He can do about anything. And so can some other drivers, but they're not being on their game as much. Like they're not being running as much dirt race and stuff as Kyle Larson does. He's on his game, and he's proved he can win in a lot of series, a lot of different races. I would just like to see how much of a challenge it would throw to him with the IndyCar.
Tell you what I'd like to see in SRX.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'd like to see in SRX because SRX can do this. NASCAR can't.
Mm-hmm.
Like when next season starts, I'd like SRX to put in a rule.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like them to bring 2 extra identically prepared cars.
Yeah.
2 extra identically prepared cars, just 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony Stewart's the champion.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'd like to see SRX Racing do is every track they come to, somebody could challenge the champ, right?
Yeah.
It could be like anybody. It could be like, okay, let's just say that they get Kyle Larson to run an SRX race, or they get Chase Elliott to run in another one. And Chase Elliott could walk up to Tony Stewart and say, I challenge you right here, right now to a 20-lap duel. And they bring out those 2 identically prepared race cars, right?
Yeah.
That's it. And before the race, they let them get out there and run 20 laps. And if he beats Tony Stewart, they have to crown him the champion for the rest of the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until somebody challenges him and beats him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how that would work, but I would like to see something like that. That would be crazy, man.
Yeah, just shake it up, like see how it works.
Right. So, like, let's just say if we was at Nashville and we would have got to see Chase Elliott and Bill Elliott race each other in just 2 cars on the track, right? For a 20-lap shootout. How cool would that have been?
That would be crazy.
Yeah. And it wouldn't add that much time to the race, and everybody would love it.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one person there that would say, I don't want to see this. Not one person. Man, that would be so bad to the bone. Yeah. And it would be real easy for them to do it. Just bring 2 more race cars. They're not the actual cars that are going to run in the race. They're 2 identically prepared cars, and they random draw them. Draw them.
Yeah.
Like whatever. You flip a coin, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's randomly assigned. Nobody knows which car is going to be theirs. They put their seat in it and strap in, and they're ready to go.
Yep.
For a 20-lap shootout. Man, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
You know what I'm saying? NASCAR would never do. NASCAR couldn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
They just couldn't. Because, first of all, you could never have 2 identically prepared cars in NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
It just don't work that way. Because you couldn't take a Kyle Larson and a Chase Elliott if they were to go head-to-head and let them run their cars prospectively because they're not set up identically.
Yeah, it would be great to see that in SRX because you can really see who's the better guy, like who can beat the other one because you have no lap. You can you have time. You can concentrate and focus, and you only got to pass one.
That's what we do in NHRA. We line them up side by side and turn them loose.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I would love to see something like that come into SRX. That would make it even better than it already is. It's already great. Yeah. From the pace car to the look of the race cars to the personalities to the way they announce the drivers and they make all the fans feel important and stuff. I mean,
I love it.
What else do we need to ask for? Yeah. SRX has got it figured out. They have got this figured out. They're geniuses, man.
Mm-hmm.
I have never went to a racetrack and felt like I was really appreciated the way we did at the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Yeah,
I felt appreciated from the word go.
Yeah, I'd like to see them bring North Wilkesboro back with. They're really looking into that. And
I'd like to see right quick.
What?
I'd like to see them scrape that dirt real good on the Atlanta Motor Speedway and turn the outlaws loose on that son of a gun before they pave it.
Oh boy. That'd be
just go on and take the dozers and lay down a nice layer right quick. It wouldn't take but about 3 or 4 days to have it, if you have all the pavement off, to have the track ready, and scrape it down real nice and pretty, and turn the outlaws loose, and get a late model series to come in there, a dirt late model series, and just turn them loose on that sucker and see what happens.
Yeah.
That would be wild, bro. They ain't gonna do it. But I would love to see them do it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I got to get out of here, buddy. It was great talking to you as usual.